All right. All right, guys. So producer Brian, I'm driving the boat today. So producer Brian had to go broadcast a basketball game for KLYC Radio. So he gave me the keys to the Porsche. And man, it's kind of a cool feeling. So DJ, so my guest,
what's up, guys?
so we've got the Porsche today. So it's just you and I, no producer Brian.
Can I drive it?
You can drive it. I will just sit in the passenger seat and just lay back. All right. So welcome to Clubhouse Chatter. Once again, I'm Norm. Producer Brian is out. He's out to go call a girls' basketball game at McMinnville High School. And my last guest of the show tonight is DJ Jackson. And so DJ is a former Jesuit high school standout here in Portland, Oregon area, and they just won the 6A state title again, by the way.
Holding down the house we built, man.
Dude, they're so good.
I love them.
They're so good.
Father.
And so DJ has Two Hands Pro, and he is today's giveaway on Brian and Norm's 15 Days of Christmas. And you get, I'm gonna let DJ explain what you get. So DJ, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me on. Pleasure to always be on. Second time. I feel great about this. I feel great about the 15 Days of Christmas, and thank you for having me as the first giveaway.
You're welcome. And today's giveaway is, so you win. The winner will get 2 Clubhouse Chatter T-shirts, and they get a day with a pro. And explain that a little bit.
Well, being a pro and being a great ball player, it all basically revolves around lifestyle. From the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, there's a routine, and it may change slightly different from player to player, sport to sport. But the one thing that will always resonate is discipline. And that's one thing that I'm able to really easily communicate to my athletes is, hey, through 3 hours of work with me, you become a discipline that you have a platform of what I should do every day when I want to get better. So the idea is come down, if you're in the local area or wherever you may be, come on down to LA. We have 3 things. There's going to be 3 sections to hang with the pro. First off is we're going to meet up and get a warm-up. We're just going to do a workout, speed and agility style, warm the body up, get everything going, stretch out, and kind of do some, elongating of the muscles, some yoga-style stretches, and really put the body in a great position and feel loose. At the same time, we're going to start building that base foundation of the body. Second, the idea is, what do we do to develop our game, our skill now? We warmed up our body. We got our fast twitch muscles excited. We got, I call it the myofascious fiber, the good stuff you find in kangaroo legs. It's the really explosive connective tissue that we're looking to build. So once we've excited all that and got some of that developed, we're going to go into our field work, get our arm loose, get our swing loose. We're going to get our hips loose and really open it up and take some batting practice, take some fielding, and just have some fun out there on the field. And third, I'm going to put your body in under some load. I call it low phase workouts, and we're going to build some real lean muscle mass. And you're going to get the idea of training a full day as a professional, just as I did when I was playing even as young as the Jesuit days, all the way up through the LA Dodgers and Western Oregon and all the stops I've made. I still live the lifestyle, and that's the idea. I want every kid to be able to, or a person, doesn't matter, you don't have to be a kid, you can be any age, to come experience this. Does that make sense, Norm?
Absolutely, man. That's a pretty cool deal. So if you had to put a value on this, what would the value for our listeners, what would a value be? I mean, that's some pretty intense training.
You're going to look at spending about $999 to do a pro day.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You're going to spend all day, and you're going to leave there. You're going to leave there with the platform of becoming a professional athlete. If somebody would have said, hey, man, give me $1,000, I'll turn you into pro. When I was 12, 11, 15, I would say, please do. Here. I know. Hindsight's 2020. If somebody would have told me that back then, I could still be playing the game even into my mid 30s.
Right.
I was a late bloomer because I never got the experience of being a pro athlete. I didn't know what it took. I was a great disciplined high school athlete. That came from being disciplined and then believing and trusting in the people that were put in front of me to work, such as Coach Potter and his brothers, Coach Webster, baseball team, the whole athletic department, Chris Smart. Jesuit High School is an amazing place, all the way down to the faculty, and I have so much love for that place in my heart. I've seen them all on Facebook, so not to get sidetracked, but that all came from discipline. Now, moving into the professional level, you got to kind of have an idea of how to handle yourself and know what to do and know what to think and know how to attack your day, or you could just burn yourself out waking up and lifting weights first thing in the morning, and then you go take your batting practice and you really mess up your swing because you're tired and your body you reached a lactic threshold in the gym, but you haven't actually turned your body into a sound mechanics and fundamentals first. So that's what we just try to do. We just try to give people an idea, man, of what it takes. You get a nutrition program, you're going to take home that. You're going to meet some of the most amazing trainers that I work with. I call gurus. You're going to see other friends and other family members of mine living the same lifestyle in their own way and putting a little flair to it and having fun. We're in LA. It's sunny. Why not? There's a beach. We go do beach workouts. We run hills. We're in the mountains. We're at the ocean. It's amazing, the facilities and the places we have access to year-round.
So how did you? So let's change the topic a little bit. So let's talk a little bit about Two Hands Pro. And so tell me about coming up with the idea for Two Hands Pro.
Well, let's see. I started young, obviously playing baseball, like most kids do, and I wanted to just be a little bit better. So I would do kind of anything that a kid could do within the rules of the game. I wouldn't call myself I didn't cheat. Never cheated the game. Just how do I get better?
Right.
And what can I do? So one day the idea was my glove was kind of failing me. Took some sticks from a local tree, shoved them in my glove, and it made my glove kind of stiff and hard, and I was able to really just use both hands really well and really quick and throw out the older, faster kids. And it was just kind of a weird little quirky thing I did, and people would just notice it. Eventually, my dad took notice. He's an engineer, and said, hey, use these properties, try this stuff. So we ended up coming up with the perfect blend of stuff that'll never break, high impact, unreinforced material that a kid could use every day, high usage. The same idea of putting the sticks in my glove to force it open. I came up with this product called Two Hands. The idea is this piece of material is able to go inside your mitt and keep it open, similar to what the sticks did when I was 10 years old. And it just forces you to use two hands. And what that does, it's amazing what it does. When the brain knows it can't close the glove or it will fail at the attempt, the brain will force the body into a completely new position for most players. And it puts your hands in the right place, and so that just ends up putting your body, footwork, hips, arms, everything in the right position to make to have a great opportunity to feel the ball cleanly. Pretty much any ball you get hit at you. So the idea was just give a kid a glove he can't close and make him catch balls with it, and he'll develop the skill of a pro infielder really easy. And for what it's done in the market is it's just giving kids a way to achieve more in baseball. And it's a beautiful thing because it's so affordable to all people. on sale on the website right now for $19.99, and we will be giving these away through the Norm Diaz Show. So stay tuned to Clubhouse Chatter because you will get your opportunity to win one. Thanks, plugged you right there, Norm.
Hey, thank you very much.
You're welcome. I wanted people to know that this product, I poured my heart into it because I wanted to actually help young players develop the same skills I did to get noticed by the LA Dodgers and drafted out of high school at a Jesuit. So the idea is really simple, and it's innovative, it's creative, it's fun, it comes in all these colors, and you can use it left hand, right hand, boys, girls, old, young, doesn't matter. College guys use it. The Oregon Ducks guys use it. Cooper up there, Cooper Styles, everybody can look him up. I know he's a pitcher up there, but he's third baseman when he's at Sheldon, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of those guys. He's one of the first kids I'd seen and loved it. And look at his career. I mean, yeah, he's a pitcher now, but obviously his life from baseball did achieve more. We can all say playing for the Ducks, which will be an honor with his dad. So guys like that, guys all over the country are using this tool and saying, look, I'm a pro or I'm a college guy, I'm a high school guy, and I'm a little leaguer, and this thing is making me better. So go to twohandspro.com, pick one up, shove it in your kid's glove, and start. Even if he's 3 years old, it fits in pretty much every glove, normal size use glove, all the way up to a professional size 12-inch East End glove plug there. East End, dang it, I'm plugging everybody.
Nice.
Which those guys did. You know, we kind of got a silent little endorsement. I don't know if I can say that on the air, but I do a lot of work with Team East End and the company down here in Los Angeles. They give me all the new gloves. They gave me bats. They sent me the batting gloves. I played for their men's league team for summer and had some fun, and flown me all over the country to do work with them and play baseball for them for charity or for just different events. So it's been really great with Easton as well. But this thing fits in every glove. And you put it in the kid's glove, take him outside, throw him the ball, make him throw the ball off the wall, hit him ground balls, pop flies. Just get him used to using both of his hands and moving his feet. It's not the end-all product. I'm not saying it's the only one on the market people should buy. I think there are a lot of great products out there right now. But I definitely think for the value of what you're getting with Two Hands Pro, it's one of the best. It's one of the best.
And it's a pretty good value as well.
I mean, right now it's $19.95 on the website, and it being that price, it's a lifetime warranty product, which really makes it great in the sense that you can have 100% confidence in your buy, which is the idea of what I wanted people to know is that this thing is absolutely for real. It's here to stay. I hope to be around as long as the game lives, developing young kids to play the game right, like how I would say, not to call anybody old timers, but how the greats of the past time have played the game back in the early 1900s and late 1800s when they used a straight glove with no web or pocket. They just used literally a mitt,
right?
like a winter mitt or a mechanic's glove, and they had to snag baseballs with both hands.
Mm-hmm.
And the game has changed in the sense that kids get these high dollar gloves, and now they can kind of cheat it because they get good with the one-handed glove swipe, but they ask questions at the end of the game why they made the game-losing error, why did I make these mistakes, or why is coach playing me on the bench? And I hope parents just look at them and say, hey, I told you to put your Two Hands Pro in.
Yep. So I had Scott Lynn on before you. I don't know if you remember Scott Lynn or not. He's a Northwest legendary sports radio guy. And so
I've heard the name, yes.
On KEX and stuff like that. And so he has a new book out called Sports Idols Idols. And so he interviewed over 250 professional athletes. I mean, we're talking, stars. And talked to them about their idol growing up. And who was your idol as a young boy? Who did you look up to?
My father was very religious, and he told me never to idolize anybody. So my idol is the one and only great God. That's our Lord and Savior. That's the one that he told me to believe in. And as a kid, I promise you, here's the thing. I could never idolize somebody else anyway because I'm so small. I never thought I was going to be a pro athlete. I just literally believed that God had a plan for me, and the things that was put in front of me, I focused 100%. My father taught me a great level of discipline. My mother was a great nurturing mother, and they raised us very well in a very good one home. And so anything that I put my mind to, I was successful. Mm-hmm. From school to dance, I did African dance in middle school, basketball, baseball, football, did gymnastics with my sister. I was a successful street fighter when I had to brawl in the streets in North Portland nightly and daily just over a corner basketball game. I became good at anything. Great in math, great in science, great in botany, and great with people and great with my younger siblings and friends. So I was just very successful in whatever I put my mind to, and it just so happened to be sports that I can call myself lucky that it wasn't anything, in the negative light. So I like players. I guess I don't want to be a bum and not answer the question.
Oh, you answered it just fine.
I love both. Thank you. Well, thank you for answering it right. I mean, all you kids, you got to believe in God first. So thanks, Norm, for backing me up. That's the way it goes. But I love Bo Jackson, Michael Jordan because of his story. He got cut from his team and still made it to be the greatest basketball player of his time, almost pretty much all time.
Yep.
And the fact that he's now a businessman and a successful businessman, that's a great guy to almost model a successful public sports life after. That's kind of the ticket right there. You play the game great and you open up a company that can pay for you the rest of your life, and then you're helping kids as well. So, Michael Jordan was a big one. Ken Griffey Jr., I liked him in baseball. I saw his rookie game. Let's see, Joey Galloway for the Seattle Seahawks back in, I don't even know when. Had to be 98. I saw him take off for a 100-yard touchdown in my first Seahawks game. That made me want to play football. That guy was the fastest dude I ever seen. They said he was a rookie, so I was excited. My dad was a great athlete. My dad was an amazing athlete. They called him the Bull Mangani, which means the head bull. The strongest bull of the bunch. So kind of like that, it could go. My dad was built like Dylan Jackson, my younger brother. Mm-hmm. More stout, real heavy, thick, real dense muscle. And let's see, who else did I like? My mom was a really great swimmer and track runner. She was an ocean swimmer, deep sea swimmer. She was always in the water, being them from the islands. I didn't have a TV in my room until I was like a junior in high school, and we didn't watch too much TV. So I actually had never been to a college football game, never been to a MLB baseball game because we don't have baseball in Portland.
Right.
We need to bring baseball to Portland.
They do. So your parents are pretty special to you.
They're amazing people.
After talking with Scott Lynn about, Sports Idol's idols, and not all of them were, gave a sports idol. He left it as an open-ended question, like what I did to you. And,
right.
So not everybody, answered with a sports personality,
Right.
And,
right.
I grew up, we weren't really ultra religious, but, in the end, I mean, God is the creator, man. I mean, he is the reason why I exist. He is the reason why you exist. He has given you your talents and your abilities to help others. And, in the end, he's it. And, I would agree with that. My dad, as hard as he was growing up, former military Army guy, spent 20 years in the military. And,
wow.
Respect. Absolutely. And it's all about respect, and it's about the way you carry yourself as well. I wasn't the most gifted athlete and, around, but you know what? I went out and I played and I had fun doing whatever I did. But I love the answer about God. That was a classy answer. So what's your take on What is your take on kids playing, specializing in one sport? Do you believe that they should play multiple sports instead of just like playing baseball or playing football?
I think a kid should be kind of left to do whatever he wants to do within the laws of the rules and his parents and commandments. Because kids are really pushed in one direction. I think if a kid's pushed in one sport, I don't think he necessarily should be pushed in another sport. Mm-hmm. But I think he can be pushed in another activity, maybe firefighting, like doing. I have Miles Malamed, a kid on my squad, my training program, who plays baseball all afternoon, comes home and ended up putting on his fire uniform, and he's a senior and he works down at the fire station, earning some credits down there. I mean, that's the kind of guy I love to see. He wants to play football in college, but I'm not telling him, yeah, man, you're 6'3", 210, you can play football in college. I'm like, dude, it's something that you really got to commit to. So the amount of time it takes, I say do as many things as you want to do. Just make sure that you have some variety, in your life. Because I just see too many times kids get there and then, they become really good and they don't want it.
They burn out.
They're burnt out. And it happens to a lot of kids down here in Los Angeles. I mean, I have kids as young. I was talking to I had a 6-year-old in my baseball class yesterday, and he was telling his friend who had been in for 8 lessons that he had been in there for 2 years. I was like, when he's 7, I'm like, wow, you have had me for 2 years. So when I put him through the question and answer test to show his friend the difference in level and why his friend should listen to me and not kind of just use it as playtime, even though his friend is young, he's an 8-year-old. I was like, I had him break down his hitting mechanics. 1, front leg load, hands went back. 2, hips turned, shoulders stayed in. 3, hands came through straight through the zone. It was a beautiful follow through. He did it so perfectly. I asked him, where was your weight? On my back leg. Because the kid, his friend, who's older than him, is just a front leg hitter. He's just leaning forward and golf swinging. So it was just amazing to see how much time, goes in to building a young athlete and a successful athlete. I think one sport is enough. Just do something else.
Okay.
And don't let that something else be video games. It can't be that.
Absolutely.
And these kids got to get more. They got to get more into one of my 6-year-olds is talking about a new kid army. Him and his friends at school are coming up with the kid army. So I'm already employed by him. So, and I'm not just talking crazy. It's kind of a funny thing because these kids are really thinking about what's going on in the world today.
Right.
And they're actually thinking about current events, and they're seeing it and hearing their parents talk about it. I think kids should be pushed more to do more. I don't think we always need to think help a kid. I think we also think we need to think let kids help us. They actually inspire me to do great things with my life to be an example and a leader. So I think we need, as a country and as a nation and as a world, we need to pay more attention to our kids and our youth and get off some of this other stuff that we're on. And I think our world could definitely be a better place.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So let's have a little bit of fun here. So I'm going to name, let's see here. I'm going to name off a couple of players, and I want you to, a couple of people. And so we're going to start with Tommy Lasorda. And I know that you have a special relationship with Tommy, and I want you to summarize that up in a couple of words about Tommy.
Tommy Lasorda, the dad you always wanted, but you never had. He's the guy that when he shows up, you're at your best, no matter what.
I could see that.
No matter what.
I could see that.
He commands respect, gives respect, just very classy, very traditional, and loves kids. He loves kids.
I met Tommy in 2006 when I was a clubhouse manager in Lancaster, California with the Jethawks, and Brett Butler was our manager. And so, of course, Brett playing with the Dodgers. So we ended up having dinner with Tommy, of course, at an Italian joint there in Lancaster. You know, number one, one of the number one things I learned from Tommy is Tommy isn't going to pay for anything, and so number two, exactly. Number two is, man, I mean, the guy was just. It was really weird because he has such an aura around him, you know, and it was like, oh my gosh, you know, it's Tommy Lasorda. You know, growing up a baseball fan, you know, of course you know who Tommy Lasorda is, but Tommy is just, he's one of the guys. You know, he was so down to earth, and you know, he was just so down to earth, and you know,
he's a player's coach.
But the one thing about Tommy, though, is you do not want to get on his bad side.
Yeah, you got to be at your best.
Because that guy, he has a memory that just is amazing.
He will remember you. Yeah.
He will. Yeah, absolutely. And so number two.
I wasn't sure if he remembered me. I wasn't sure if he remembered me when he saw me in spring training in 2013, because it had been maybe 5 years since I had been around the Dodgers, 6 years. And while I was at Western, I had a job, and so I hadn't been around. And when I got back, as soon as he saw me, he walks over and he's like, "This little kid with you?" And you can see the YouTube. It's Christian Happ. Mm-hmm. This kid with you? I said, "Yes, sir." He goes, "Oh, come here." And he shakes my hand, and he goes, "Your hair." "Long. I like it." And he shakes my hand, gives me a big hug, and he's like, "Let's take a picture."
Nice.
And so, yeah, we took a great picture, and I've been around. I've seen him all. I see him all the time when I'm at Dodger games. He always has about 5,500 people following him.
Oh yeah.
So that's one of the great things about him is he has such a great network of people that they just want to be around the guy. People want to. He's so knowledgeable. It's great. I love Tommy. He's been in all the facilities, and he's been in all my players in Los Angeles actually have seen him, because at one time or the other he's been into the facility. He signed the front door. He's been to the games. He's even been to the 6-year-old 7U games where my buddy Christian Happ's playing out in T.O. Little League. Like, he's always around, man. That guy gets around.
And so number two, let's talk about Christian. So this kid is pretty special to you. I know that, you know, there's videos of him, and you know you've taken many pictures and you talk about him a lot. Tell us about your relationship with this young man.
It's a very, very cool. Just, you know, reminds me of my little brother. He saw me doing a baseball lesson, and he comes over and asks if I could throw him some batting practice while my guy was picking up his balls. And I looked at him. I was like, "How old are you?" And he said he was 4. And I just like, "All right, well, let me see what you got." And I literally treated him like he was a little T-baller, and I said, about 10 and a half, maybe 12 feet away from him, tossed the ball, and he gets up to his lefty, he takes a swing like King Griffey Jr. and drills him right off my knee. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know." And he said, "I told you to back it up." So from that day on, it was like just, you know, he needs to know baseball. He wants to know everything that I know, because he saw me with Tommy. He saw how Tommy embraced me, and he knows he wants to be a legendary baseball person. He wants to be that way. And he wants to be Tommy. He wants to be Tommy.
I know he's young, you know, and I know you don't want to put a label on a child that young, but he's well on his way. The kid is advanced. He's advanced.
I mean, he works with me. Yeah, I give him the real stuff. I mean, we watch videos of Ethier. We watch videos of Kershaw pitching. We work on all his lessons. He does lessons every week. Comes to my baseball class. He's doing speed and agility. He plays soccer. He plays tennis. He does piano. He does singing. He's hanging out with his sister. He's always with his mom. The kid has friends. Like, he's a super cool kid. And he's great with the camera. Other kids want to be photographed with him. Other kids are asking him for his autograph now.
That's awesome.
At the games. So, and he's got a great little signature, and he's always very, like, respectful. He's just a respectful kid. So I always love having him around. And his mom and dad are great people, and they're there to support him 100%. His mom is like Dodgers diehard. I know she used to be, I believe she either did marketing for Magic Johnson's, foundation, or she was somehow involved with that foundation on a marketing level. And so she really loves the Dodgers' new facelift, and she's all about the team. And so our relationship is just one that's going to be forever. We're friends forever, even though he's, that's 6. I think he's 7 now. And man, time flies. I've known him for 3 years. It's like every day he might text, call. His mom or dad will check in and just see how I'm doing and everything. So it's a really cool. He's just like a little brother, man. So I got a lot of these type of relationships out here. All these kids end up feeling like, hey, Coach D's my big brother. I can really trust him, and I know that he's going to be honest with me, and at the same time, I'm going to hold them accountable. It's my style of coaching.
Right.
I'm going to show you a lot of love and support and all the mental support that you're going to need. I'm going to be there. And then, once I know that you trust me, then I can hold you accountable. And instead of you getting upset with me about me telling you the things that we need to improve on, you actually trust me to make you better. And so I don't have to get by any mental blocks where I see some other kids working with other guys and hear some other trainers talking about the mental blocks of kids. And he's like, if a kid gets frustrated with me, I'm saying, well, did you make him love you first? You know what I mean? In order to break a kid, you got to make him love you first. Right. And once he loves you, then you can get into his head and help him become a better ball player. And Christian is hard to do lessons for. I'm not going to lie, because he's so knowledgeable on the game. He can emulate anybody's batting stance. And so he never does his own batting stance yet. But Tommy did see him swing and told him, you're going to be a first-rounder, guaranteed. So we have that documented. So we're hoping the Dodgers get a first-round draft pick in about 16 years.
Well, so if he's 7 now, so 11 years, he could be drafted at 18. So, yeah.
He could go to college.
With that, exactly. We'd like to see him go to college. Play at UCLA or somewhere,
Yeah, exactly. His mom went to UCLA, so, yeah, I want to have him go play baseball at UCLA. Maybe do some other stuff, play soccer. We don't know. That kid can do anything. He plays tennis. He loves. That kid does a lot. Really smart, too. We might have to talk to his parents about having him come on the show sometime with you. That'd be kind of fun. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah, me too. It's weird talking to kids on the phone. They get all shy.
Oh, yeah.
In person, he's awesome. On the phone, I bet if we asked him, if you had a challenge for him, like I tell him to get ready for this Dodgers numbers challenge, because he's really good with all the baseball players' numbers from the Dodgers. So he would need a little bit of practice, because I asked him last time, and he had a little bit of trouble. I think he was nervous. I caught him off guard.
Right.
But, yeah, he's fun. He would do something like that. I guarantee it. It'd be good.
That'd be fun. So, once again, Mr. DJ Jackson of Two Hand Pros. And so, once again, DJ his prize package is up today. So, tomorrow about 6 a.m., I will announce the winner. I did have a gentleman from the McMinnville area ask if he could win it, and he would drive down to take part of the prize package. I'm like, yeah, if you're the random winner, absolutely. And so,
come on down.
So, DJ, we appreciate you taking the time and donating some time to for Clubhouse Chatter. We love having you on.
You're welcome.
And you and I need to talk off air one of these days about bringing you on as a sponsor. So, I've got a couple of different ideas, and I'll give you a call here sometime, probably after the holidays. We'll get through, maybe after the first of the year, but I've got some ideas how I'd like to use you, and we'll see where it goes.
No, that'd be great, man. Any way we can get out there and help these kids and have some fun with it, I'm down. I love what you do, support Clubhouse Chatter and everything. Can't wait to become a sponsor. Our company's blown up 2016. The orders are going out, going big. People really bought in all country. We're in China, Australia. We're in a lot of different places now, Canada, as well as pretty much the better part of the 50 states, including Alaska. So, man, we're really having fun.
It's all about the passion, man. You know, I mean,
Yeah, so
I want to take this worldwide. I want people, you know, in these baseball-starved countries, you know, like Israel. Like I was on the Israel Sports Network for like a year and a half with the previous, you know, before Clubhouse Chatter, but you know, and they just loved it. And you know, Brazil is starting to pick up baseball, France, and you know, I want to take, you know, I want to take the show there, and I want them to see the passion for baseball and to listen to the shows. You know, the guys who I get on, you know, it's all about, you know, we all have the same thing in common, and that's passion for the game.
when I get out there, because I'll be traveling worldwide soon, every city I go to, every country I'm in, I can check in with you. We can do a little something.
I'll have to send you some business cards as well. So
you got it. Whatever you need. I'm here for you guys, man. We're here for these kids together. All right. Thank you. Have a great holiday season, man. I'm definitely excited for where we're going.
I am too. And once again, Mr. DJ Jackson, DJ, go ahead and plug your website real quick.
You guys can go to Two Hands Pro. That's TWOHANDSPRO.com. TwoHandsPro.com. Get the product. It's 50% off. There's tons of different colors. If you have any questions, there's videos online. There's Facebook, Instagram, Two Hands Pro, Twitter, Two Hands Pro, Two Hands Pro, Two Hands Pro. Get it for your kid, get it for your friend, get it for a loved one, softball, baseball, it doesn't matter. You can hit me up, 818-800-9875. Any questions, you can speak directly to me. Thanks, Norm. Appreciate it.
All right, DJ. Hey, you have a good Christmas, man, and we'll chat with you later.
All right, boss.
All right,
you
talk
too.
to you later.
Checking out.
All right,
later.
Bye. So once again, Mr. DJ Jackson, and doing great things. You know, local guy from Jesuit High School here in Oregon, doing great things, and he is very passionate about what he does, and he's very good at what he does. And so we didn't get this in the first show, but we are sponsored by baseballisms.com. Hey, check them out. If you like the hat that I'm wearing, that is baseballisms.com. That's their childhood cancer hat. And they got some Christmas deals going on, so check them out, baseballisms.com. I do believe that they will be part of a prize package next Tuesday, I believe. And so I'll be getting together with those guys and chatting them as well. Baseballdudes.com. Chris Gazelle up there in Vancouver, Washington. To be the best, you must train like the best. Brad Robbins, teacher over at Patton Middle School here in McMinnville, just won the prize pack with a hat and a T-shirt from them, as well as Eugene Emerald's tickets on Brian and Norm's 15 Days of Christmas. So check them out, baseballdudes.com. BaseByPros.com, building an athlete's sports education. Mitch Canham just now signed on with, I can't remember who he signed on with, but he signed on with the Mariners to manage back in the Midwest. So they're single A club in the Midwest League. So is it the Burlington maybe? But anyways, Mitch Canham up there in Vancouver, Washington, or up there in Washington as well. Mark Canham with MDM Designs. Mark Canham does the Clubhouse Chatter stuff. T-shirts, and he is a main sponsor of Brian and Norm's 15 Days of Christmas, and he has given us some shirts to give away. And Mark, we love you. Thank you very much for your generosity. Every week we stream live on yamhilltoday.com. Brian Erickson hosts YST, Yamhill Sports Today, every Saturday morning, so check it out. Once again, Brian stepped away. He is announcing a basketball game for KLYC at McMinnville High School tonight. And if you're looking to sponsor, you know, shoot me a message, normbo18gmail.com. Doesn't necessarily have to be monetarily. You know, we are looking at going that way, after the first of the year, and looking at doing some upgrades. So we'd love to bring you on board. Once again, I'm Norm. Brian is out. And Linfield on the road at St. Thomas, Minnesota, Saturday, I believe, at 12:30 our time. Hey, for all the local listeners, keep your head above water and stay safe. We are flooding, and we will see you next week. Pay attention to Brian and Norm's 15 Days of Christmas. We have DJ Jackson's package up now, and the winner will be announced and notified tomorrow morning about 6 a.m. So once again, I'm Norm. Thanks for listening.